Okay, so the primary bias would be bearish because we are, or should I say, price is showing bearish order flow on the 15th. So it's best for us to stay bearish, even though we have a stop hunt on the 15-minute swing low right here. So for bearish, this high should be protected because it took out a swing high prior to displacing lower. So I see this as a part of retracement to go lower. Okay, so we have taken out a 3-minute swing high. Right now I'm just waiting for a 1-minute CIC or a 1-minute stop hunt and then CIC. In order for the 1 minute to provide CISD, it needs to close below this candle's low at this point in time, because there is no stop hunts prior to the run lower right now. Okay, so we have traded into 50% of the current dealing range, so we shall see what it wants to do next. Alright, so now we have the CISD candle. I would be looking at the range on the 1 minute. This range is going to extend whenever a new low is formed. What I want to see, or what I want to look for, is a 1 minute stop hunt and price trading into 50% of the dealing range. So over here, this is a swing high. I'm going to mark it, and I'm going to watch and see if we want to take out the swing high, tag into 50%, and then form a CISD on the 15 seconds time frame. Okay, if you look at the 3 minutes candle on the left, we might want to form a bearish fair value gap. Okay, we do indeed form the bearish fair value gap. Let's see if we can trade into the fair value gap. As well as the 50%, that is the main key level that I'm looking at. Currently, based on this range, we also have this inversion fair value gap right here from this candle's low to this candle's high. Now preferably it does not close above the inversion fair value gap. Okay. Now we have traded into 50% of the daily range. I'm dropping down into the 15 seconds right now. Now this candle's low, it's going to be CISD if we can close below here. If you look at the 15 minutes candle, we are only left with 4 minutes. So I'm assuming that we are going to form a swing high once this candle closes, and then we can start to gravitate lower. Let's see if we form a 1 minute swing high right now. Best case scenario, it trades above this swing high. I think it would be very nice because the amount of points would be a lot more if we can take out the swing high before resuming bearish order flow. Okay, now we have formed a 1 minute swing high. I'm going to drag this across. I want to see if price is interested to take out this high. Alright, beautiful. Now I look to see if we can CISD this candle instead. About 10 points. right? I need a close. Okay, now we have closed. Looking for price to, oops, that's the wrong order. Looking for price to trade into 50%. Okay, now I'm looking for price to trade down here. R would be somewhere below 0.15. I mean 0.5, sorry. Okay, notice that how we have a swing high right up here as well. I can put a limit right here, push it up to 10. Okay, as of this point we have taken out this swing high as stops, so I would like to see immediate reaction lower. I will take 5 off at 0.5. And I'll take 3 off right here below this low. And now we have taken out this low right here. I can move my stops to this high, just one tick above this high, because this right here is a stop hunt. We should not need to come back up here again. If it does, it's going for this high, and I'll be wrong on the analysis. Okay, wrong on the analysis. Price should want to gravitate higher as of this point in time. Let's take a look at the 1 minute. Right, before doing anything, I want to see how much damage I've taken. $66, not too bad. Okay, now we have overlapped this 3 minutes fair value gap. I'm looking to see what price really wants to do. We don't have any form of stop hunts so far. So what we have here is 3 minutes shifting higher, comes back into discount, supported by the price, and instead of getting a 1 minute CISD, we got a 1 minute stop hunt. So this is a 1 minute stop hunt, and price moved higher. As it moved higher, it did not come into discount, so technically I can still buy this. I'm going lesser on the contracts here. Just let me check. 17. Yeah, I'm going to risk 3 and then 2 at 62. Total 5 contracts. Sell stop. This will be my last attempt because we do have FOMC later on. I do not wish to be chopped up. Okay, so if I go short and I'm wrong, I see that the opposing analysis is correct and I go long. If I'm wrong again, then market is not willing to move and I would have to accept the fact. Okay, so targets would be at range highs over here. We have this inversion. That could be a very good buy right down here, but I was a little bit too slow. Now I don't need for this. Yeah, 0.5 would bring us up there. Once we trade above this high, I will move my stops to this swing low over here. I'll look to exit 2 positions. I think right here. Sell limit. And I'll sell the rest up here. Sell 3. I feel like it wants to come here, but because it's FOMC, I don't want to push things. The other thing is that I've taken a loss right down here, so I don't want to push further. Okay, so I'm going to remove the flips right now. I'll leave the inversion right here in the meantime. Looking at the 1 minute, we traded back into discount, and then right now it's either I get a CISD of this down close candles, or we run a stop and then CISD that stop. If that's the case, I can look to add on into the position if I choose to, because I will be able to move my stops. I want to see if price is energetic after taking out this high. Did we have a CISD? Yeah, we do have a CISD. So I can move my stops to this low right here. I can remove the inversion as well. This is the current range that we're in. I'm going to remove it as well. This is the stop hunt, removing it as well. So CISD meaning this candle's high. We close above it right here. So I don't really want to see price trading back all the way down into this swing low, because if it does, then obviously I would be wrong on the analysis. So we've taken out all the stops on the way up. Now I look to see if we can CISD this candle right here before I can move my stops to this low right here, which would bring me to break even. We do have a volume imbalance right here. I'm not too sure if it wants to reach for that and then go higher. Okay, now we have a stop hunt over here. Now if we CISD this two down close candles, I will be able to move my stops to this low. Okay, I'm moving my stops here, just one tick below this low, because we have CISD this candle over here. If it runs the low, it will be coming for this low anyways. There we go. Alright, 2 losses in a row. Prices are just not moving. I'll be ending this session right here. Total loss for the day, 101. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this session, and I'll see you in the next one.